Welcome to the Fact Hunter channel. There are places on our planet that rightfully deserve the title of tourist paradise on Earth. One of them is the Portuguese island of Madeira. Here you can walk along the unique ecological trails along the stone irrigation canals, swim in the pools, born due to the volcanic lava, visit a unique relict forest, and there is also one of the most unusual and dangerous airports in the world. Well, first things first, Madeira, an autonomous region of Portugal, formed by the eponymous archipelago and other groups of islands, inhabited among them to Porto Santo and, in fact, the largest and the main island of the region, Madeira. It is located in the northern Atlantic Ocean, about 500 kilometers from Morocco and thousands of kilometers from Portugal. The word Madeira, from Portuguese for forest, naturally. The name was not born by chance. It is not by chance. It appeared in the 15th century. When European sailors first arrived here, seafarers arrived here for the first time and saw the forest thickets. The islands have a subtropical climate, which is considered one of the mildest in the world. The average daily temperature in winter is 16 degrees. In summer it is about 22 degrees. From May to July the rainfall is very rare, and most of the rain falls from November to February. In general, you can come at almost any time of year and will be comfortable. For a long time, travel around the island of Madeira, which will be discussed below, was very difficult. The locals had to risk their health by walking up to visit a friend or relative who lived in a neighboring valley. The road network here now resembles that of Switzerland. Wide tunnels and flyers make it easy to travel from the south coast to the north, and today, driving on Madeira's roads is not a torment but an opportunity to admire the rich tropical greenery, coastal cliffs, and blue skies. In general, you wonder what highway was built on a small island. Its length is 57 km and width not more than 20. Previously, Madeira could only be reached by sea, but now there is a flight. Guests arriving by plane meets guests arriving at Madeira Airport. Opened in 1964, it is considered one of the most dangerous in the world. The original design called for 2 runways of 1,600 meters each, but in 1977 the Boeing 727 of the airline TAP Portugal crashed. 131 people died and 33 survived. At the time, it was the largest plane crash in Portugal. As a result, a decision was made, already long in the air, to extend the strips by 200 meters, and by 1986 the work was completed. One, but longer and wider runway remained, but due to the increased interest of tourists in the island, it was not enough, and the engineer Antonio Tavares planned a new extension. In September 2000 the new runway, which was 2780 meters long, was opened. The modernization is considered one of the most difficult to carry out due to the type of terrain and the aerography. This allowed the airport to receive the award Outstanding Structures of the year 2004 from the International Bridge and Structural Engineering Association. Since the runway is located on a promontory projecting into the sea, its extension was limited to the width of the promontory. Often in such cases, they make an embankment, but the topography made this idea almost unrealizable. So, it was decided to create a platform held by 180 concrete columns, 3 meters in diameter and up to 70 meters high. It all looks impressive. In fact, most of the runway is on an overpass going into the sea, with the runway clipping right over the road on one side and descending off a cliff on the other. Madeira Airport has become one of the most recognized and authorized to receive large planes such as the Airbus 340 or the Boeing 747. At the moment, it serves about 3 million passengers a year, but despite all the modernizations, Madeira Airport is now a real challenge even for experienced pilots and consistently ranks among the 10 most dangerous. Sometimes pilots are not allowed to land at all. In 2017, the airport was named Cristiano Ronaldo, a native of Madeira, to commemorate such a prominent event. A bust of the footballer, made by a non-professional sculptor, was installed in the terminal. His creation quickly became a meme, as he depicted Ronaldo with a crooked smile, eyes of different sizes, and generally little resemblance to himself. Unfortunately, the bust that internet users liked so much didn't last long. But let's get back to the island. The largest city, administrative center, and main port is Funchal. Its population as of 2021 was just under 106,000 people. There's a lot of greenery and white buildings with red roofs. Every year, the capital holds a festival of colors, which includes a parade of vintage cars. Bringing cars to the island is not so easy, so it is accepted to treat them carefully and pass on the inheritance. Because of this, in Madeira, a lot of old, but at the same time, well-preserved cars. Funchal's waterfront is harmoniously adjacent to the city's seaport, always filled with international liners, commercial ships, and pleasure yachts. Funchal is the most important cultural, tourist, and commercial center of the autonomous region. The most important sector of the economy of the region is tourism. Thus, only the share of restaurants and hotels in GDP is about 10%. But there is also income from trade, transport, and other spheres. All this forms a huge market for local entrepreneurs. Also, a special economic zone has been established in the region, which gives companies financial and tax advantages. Simply put, an offshore zone has been created to attract capital. The only sphere, the share of which is constantly decreasing, is agriculture. But despite this, we can talk about Madeira's tourist spots for hours. But we'll touch on just a few of them to make you understand how unique this region is. A worthy place in the hit parade of the most beautiful places belongs to the Laurel Forest, which was included in 1999 in the list of World Heritage Sites by UNESCO. The Laurel Forest of Madeira is a valuable relic forest. Many endemic species of plants and animals are found here. Many endemic species of plants and animals are found here, and 90% of the forest is virgin, meaning it is the same as it was millions of years ago and has not been subjected to any treatment. Millions of years ago and has not been changed by external factors. The height of some trees is up to 40 meters. Here you can admire not only the laurels with a rich history, but also geraniums, orchids, and rare shrubs of Phallida and Pirata. From Funchal you can go to the glass-bottomed viewpoint of Cabo Joré, which is almost 600 meters high. From here you have breathtaking views of the island's stunning nature. If you like museum lovers, will also find something to occupy their time. There are more than 20 in Funchal alone. A simple drive will create a lot of excitement, with breathtaking views, and a turn from the smooth freeway to the long-established roads, plunging downhill and uphill again, down and up again in the Serpentine Mountains. Then, besides the aesthetic pleasure, you will also experience the feeling that was felt of the discoverers. The only thing missing on the main island is the beaches. Yes, Despite the total length of the coast of Madeira, almost 160 km, almost no places where you can lie on the sand. But this is not surprising, since the average height of Madeira exceeds the mark of 1,300 meters above sea level, so almost the entire coastline of the island is a steep cliff. But even this is not a problem. 15 minutes flight, or 43 km, is the second largest island of the archipelago, Porto Santo. The 9 kilometers of sandy beach is the main goal of the tourists who come here. Those who want to swim and sunbathe on the beach stop here, and the main excursions take place on Madeira. Round-trip flight costs about $100, which is not a problem for wealthy tourists. Well, for those who want to save money, there are sea passenger services between the islands. In addition to the beach, the island's features include the house of Christopher Columbus, where he lived for some time, and an unusual basalt columns, whose shape is always surprising wherever they are found. But back to the island of Madeira. Here, too, there are places where you can comfortably cool off in the seawater. On all the islands of the archipelago you can find a pool that is of natural origin and is the result of volcanic action. Cuisine that deserves special attention. The beach 9 km long on the neighboring island. Hiking trails, great scenic roads to all the major attractions. It really is an amazing region. But you have to understand that it was man-made infrastructure that helped show it in all its glory. That's all for now. Share the video if you liked it. Write comments. Like it. See you soon.